Hi everybody, hope everything is doing great on this Sunday morning. This is me, as raw and no editing as you can get. My name is Diana Valenciano-Luna, founder and owner of Lune Sacs Boutique and creator of handbags Diana Valencianos. I wanted to share with you my story. All of us have a story. Why we started studying, or why we started a goal, working towards a goal, or an organization, anything. We started something because something moved us. And for me, it was an event that it was not catastrophic. It was not big, but for me, it moved me to a point where I needed to make changes. And Lune Sacs Boutique was created because of my passion to be the driver of my own destiny, to make things happen for my family and myself. You see, back in 2012, I was working at a company that I thought I was going to be there for the longest time. I said, hey, this is where I'm going to retire. This is where I am going to end up. I was comfortable. And prior to that, I was bringing handbags from Colombia. One of the trips that I went with my husband, I fell in love with their handbags, and I was having a nice side business. But then in 2012, I remember that January 13th of 2012, I was calling to my then boss, and he handed me over a letter that said that I was fired, that I was being let go, with all the people that were being laid off that day. The company was going through tough times and understandably had to be letting go people. And so I felt as if someone had punched me in my stomach and left me with no air. It was a big realization for me. And I cried a lot. And at the time, my husband and I had been moved into a small apartment to save and to be able to buy our dream home. And we had paid off our debt, and we were ready to buy that home. And who's there? Give me a shout out. Let me know who's there. Hi. And so everything for me just came down crushing to the floor. And I said, okay, this is it. This is it. No more. I cried. I went to the lobby and I cried some more. And someone very dear to my heart came and cried with me and whispered in my ear, you're gonna get back up. And for those of you that are in aviation business, because I've been in the aviation business for 20 years almost, it's a very cyclical industry. It goes up and down, and there are times where the companies lose their contracts and there are layoffs and all kinds of things. But I was tired of jumping from company to company. So for me, that moment was the, gosh, again? Not again. Not again. I went home and I grabbed my agenda and I started writing down all the things that I could do. All the things that I could do. And trying to find a business for me. And then I said, wait a minute, I've been bringing handbags from Colombia. Why don't I just go into this handbag business? But let me research. I want something that speaks to me, something that represents who I am. And, a handbag. Who girl doesn't love a nice handbag, right? All of us do. All of us at least owned one or two or more. I've had friends of mine that owned a couple of hundreds. And I said, this is something that I could do. So I started researching and doing the research for the materials. And I found this great manufacturer, and he believed in my idea. And that's how Diana Valenciano's handbags started off. And boy, it was a great journey, because who would have thought? My mom told me that I was crazy after the fact, but she thought I was completely nuts. How can she do it? How can she bring handbags? And I said, you wait. There's going to be handbags that are going to bear my name. And a month later, after being laid off, on February 29th of 2012, I launched for the first time the Lune Sacs Boutique. It was official. A month after, I was doing my fashion show, first fashion show that I was invited in. And 3 months later, I was doing my event in Costa Rica that a couple of friends and my uncle helped me put together back then. And that's how all it started, because I needed to be a better version of myself. I could not allow others to influence or be the drivers of my financial stability. How many of us have gone through difficult times? And at that time I was mad. I was mad at myself because I allowed it. I allowed others to dictate whether or not I had a job. And so for me, that particular year, 2012, was the year that completely changed everything. Because an event where I lost my job, where I thought that everything was gone, I started making all these changes and meeting all these people that greatly influenced my life and greatly changed my life. And that's where I'm at right now. Also, during that year, I was that house that I wanted to build, I wanted to buy, and everybody thought that I was crazy. I was able to lock it, and I was able to buy it with the help of God and the help of great angels on earth that have always helped me, and have put in my path the right people to guide me through. And that year, back in December of 2012, we broke ground and we built a house. And so you see, everything is in our minds. And sometimes we wait for a great event in our lives in order to do something great, in order to move us to be and to do great things. Why wait? Why wait? Why don't we just tap into that inner strength and pull that drive and pull that strength and pull that courageousness that we have inside of us and do something for us, for our families. And for my girls, I gotta do it, because I cannot tell them, you gotta be and you can be all you can, because everything is possible. I got to walk the talk. And that's how this whole business started with great doubt, because we all doubt. At one point in time, we all doubt ourselves, and we all think that perhaps it's not going to make it. But we have to keep going. We have to push limits. It's been 4 years, and now I'm celebrating and launching my 4th collection for spring, after a year and a half of being doing not much because I was concentrating on other things. And here I am, 4 years later, pushing, knocking down walls, and saying, I'm still kicking, I'm still going. So this is the backstory of Lune Sacs Boutique. This is how it all started. back in the days. And I only need to thank those people that have kept alongside with me and have helped me through and pushed me through and believe in my dream. And those of you who just, didn't know who was behind those bags, that's me. That's me, simple girl that, yes, I like handbags, but I did it because I wanted to be the driver of my own destiny and no longer allowed others to dictate what I could or could not do, or whether or not I was bringing a paycheck home. I'm not competing with any handbag maker. Absolutely not. In the universe, there is room for all of us. And I know that over there, somewhere in the universe, God has a place for me in my bags and my dream. So I wanted to thank all of you for giving me the support and the love throughout the years, and continue to believe in my dream. I love you all and hope to bring you more stuff. Next time I'm gonna be with my handbags and showing you and doing a little Q&A session for those of you who have any questions. I love you very much. Thank you for supporting and thank you for being here. Goodbye.